I'm not really sure where I left off with you, but I'll flip this around and do a little walk around here. Brakes are all hooked up, except for I'm going to get a bolt for this somewhere, probably like somewhere that it, oh yeah, I know where I was going to put it now, right onto the shock mount. Just one bolt through there. Bam. Gives plenty of room up here for movement and plenty of room down there for movement on the lines. And I came up with this right here. These are the old spacers that went between the frame and the same spot in the body of the old body that used to be on here. Put 3 on this side and 3 on the other side, and these are solid steel. And they got a hole right through all of them. So I'm gonna get a piece of 10-inch all thread, 7/16, and run it through the body and nut and bolt these through with large heavy washers, and then cut off the excess up under the body into the carpet on the inside. So it might be a little bump on the inside, but it'll definitely help hold the body in place. And I got one for each side over there. So I need 2 10-inch pieces of all thread, 7/16. And I decided for my other body braces, the other 2 body braces, I'm gonna go from right here. From right here up to here. And, oh wow, that's kind of blurry or what, I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is get 2 pieces of bed frame, one on each side like this to make a square over it, and then bolt it all the way through on each side like that, and weld a piece of bar right up to this frame, and do the same thing up here. I mean, this is the main frame. Hey, my camera is not looking that great right now. And go straight up right here, and then just weld the bar together from here and weld it onto this part and have the rest bolted. Do that on both sides here in the back. And between all the other supports I have, the 2 in the back that's welded, these 2 right here that's welded, and these kind of sideways mounts, these other front mounts right here on both sides are already all done. The alternator's all hooked up and it works great. I already fired it up to make sure. And let's see, we got brakes, we got clutch, we got throttle. Oh yeah, the throttle plate's installed. Let me go over here. Oh, I know my garage is still a mess. Seems like every time I pick it up, it just gets back messy again. Sorry about the noise, that's the ladder. It's the only way I can get up here to show you. Alright. Right there is the throttle all hooked up and working. So, and I got the manual choke hooked up. That's that wire right there going up there and going inside of there. It's hooked up inside. I just found another fuel leak. This time it's not on the broke of last time it was on right on the fuel pump itself. One of the nozzles was cracked and it was leaking, so I just had to get a whole new fuel pump. So I got a brand new fuel pump put on it, and now I have another leak. Give me a second, guys, here. And it ate away all the paint off my dry shaft. Let's flip this around. There, I got everything kind of covered up right now, but I don't know if I can get up in here and show you or not where the line is leaking at. Yeah, wow, it's gonna be difficult. I don't know what the dickens, I can't see it. Yeah, well, anyways, it was. It's leaking right up here, somewhere right through here. This fuel line is right there. It's leaking right up here, right up the bend. And I ran my finger over it, and I could feel a crack in the line right at the bend. So I know exactly where it's at. Oh, let me turn this back around. This, but the full drive shifter's all hooked up and it works good. Manual shifter's all hooked up, it works good. I started messing around with my shocks a little bit to see how I'm going to do it. And I got them mounted on the top bar, but I don't have them mounted down here yet. I'm gonna like put them right about here. I just gotta jack these up and put them up there and build some type of a little 2 ears that's welded on that I can run bolt through, and bolt and nut it right on top. So I need like 2 little doggy ears, bunny ears, whatever, on each side, welded onto the diff. And I started messing with the exhaust manifold. I got this side bolted on. I had to squeeze the pipes into the right area and then weld them onto the flange and then get them bolted up. That one is hitting a piece of weld, that bolt right there, so it won't go any tighter. I don't want to snap it off. And I got exhaust manifold gaskets with exhaust sealant on it. That's rated for the high temp of running an exhaust. So brand new gaskets with sealant, all bolted on. But I only got this side so far, and I still need to do some work on the steering. It works, but I need to do some clearancing up top where it's rubbing. Oh, and my radiator hoses. I can see that silver hose right there. Yeah, right there's the top one that's bolted down to the thermostat. I don't know if you can see that or not. And right there's the bottom one that's bolted down there. Yeah, it goes from 1.25 to 2 inch. So I had to use a lot of little rubber adapters and crap in order to get everything situated. I guess you can't really see it all that well. There you can see it a little better. That's a Cool Master adapter that goes going down to this hose right here. And it's got 1.5 by 1.5 mil barb on each end. That's billet. That goes from this right here to this Cool Master adapter. And it's all on there pretty good and solid. I do have to get heater hoses though. Oh, I did cut away the brace also. It's underneath here. It went across because it was going to hit the oil pan if I hit a bump. So I still need to cut the rest of that off. I started messing with it, didn't get there. And I welded on a new brace there and a new brace right there. I still need to get stuff cleaned up, smoothed off and things, but and then get everything repainted again from all the touch-ups I need to get done. Oh, hold on a sec, I gotta stand up. It's not that easy for me to stand up anymore. And I was messing with the wiring for the headlights, doing lots of little stuff, trying to figure out where things are going. Because my parking lights all work, I got power to all of them. But I got no power to any of the headlights. And I found out that if I turn, these the ones, nope, all right, hold on a sec. This is the one. If I turn the headlights on, this is the only wire that has power, right here. So I'm gonna have to figure out, these are 2-wire headlights, one's a ground, one's a hot. So technically I can just run the headlights together and hook them to this. So when I turn on the headlights, I have headlights. The only thing is I cannot figure out how to operate high beams on this thing yet. Also, because when I turn the headlights on, there's a light that comes up on the dash. See that? makes it look like the high beams are on. Now I'm looking around in this car, and there's not even the old school one like you used to have, you know, back in the 70s. It had the floor one. There's not one down there. Yeah, I started trying to remove the emergency brake, this old school emergency brake, so I ain't gonna have this one in here. I'll probably have to get an aftermarket emergency brake, because this thing is just not gonna work out for me at all. The cables aren't connected, they're cut, and nothing's lining up right back there at the other one, so I'm getting rid of this. And I just haven't been able to figure out how to turn the high beams on and off yet. And I'm assuming that high beams on this car is the other two headlights. Since there's 4 headlights, so 2 of them come on. And I don't know which ones are supposed to be the high beams. I'm assuming it's going to be the ones in the hood here. And these are probably the regular low beams. I just got to get power to it all. And these are, yeah, just 2 wires. So, but I don't want to hook those up. Oh, I left the headlights on. Let me go turn them back off. And I still don't have power yet, even though I went through all the fuses and checked them. And there was only one burned out fuse, and I replaced it. I still have no power to any of the windows or the moonroof. But before I took the old engine out, I had power to all of it. The moonroof would open and close, all the windows would roll up and down. And since I took the motor out, I don't have any power to any of this, except for the inside door lights and the fact that it'll crank and start. And the headlights work. Well, they will work once I get power to them. But I got power going to tail lights and all that stuff. But for some reason, I got no power to the windows. So there must be a separate wire up here somewhere that needs power when the ignition is on in order for the windows to work. I just got to figure out where it is and get it ran to give it power with the ignition. Big update, I know. Probably a lot of stuff I haven't said because I can't remember half of it normally. I am going to modify my clutch pedal a little bit more. I fired this up and pushed the clutch in and went to go put it in gear, and it started grinding. And my clutch pedal is hitting the floor. Oh, let me flip this around. I'm looking at myself. My clutch pedal right here is hitting the floor before it's pushing this bar in all the way. Oh, there. I don't know, it's kind of dark in there. But anyways, before it's pushing the bar into the master cylinder for the clutch, it's hitting the floor. So I got to take this back off anyways because I wanted to bend it over some. So I'm going to cut this and pull it up this way more and extend it a little bit to make it easier to press in. Because right now pushing the clutch is really hard to get it pushed in, and my leg is like no good. So I need to give myself a little more oomph to push it in with. So I'm gonna probably cut it here, extend it, and pull the pedal up some, and move it over just a hair. Probably line it up like right here, just to the right of where it is, the center of the bar. And then I will trim the edge of this pedal off, this brake pedal. Give me a little clearance between the two so I ain't hitting them both at the same time by accident. But I got a throttle, and I got the clutch. There. Aha. So things are coming together. I just got to get quite a few small things figured out, like where the high beams are. Oh, I got all the gauges hooked up and connected, and they all work. Aftermarket ones. I got the oil pressure, the water temp, and the voltage all hooked up. Except for I don't have water in the engine yet, so I actually haven't tested the water temp yet. I have everything to put in there, the antifreeze and everything. I just don't have the radiator hoses. I need 10 foot of radiator, not radiator hoses, heater hoses. So I need 10 foot. And the Then I think I'll be able to put the water in. And I still got to put the header on, build and put the header on the other side of the engine, the passenger side. Bunch of little stuff, but it's coming together. I'm working on little things here and there, getting stuff done, getting stuff removed that ain't gonna be being used, and I keep shoving the camera right up in my face. And you know, we're getting there. Can't wait till it's done, but we're getting there. Once it's done, then I'll be able to go out and have some fun. Got a lot of places out here. Especially right now, we just had a rain that lasted for like 3 hours, and out here in the desert, that's like, it's the first big rain we've had this entire 2021. And so it's, right now is the season when stuff really starts to get fun out there in the desert, because there's so many areas on trails. Like you see that little pre-video I played a few times of taking the old body of Frankenstein when I first got it through that mud. A lot of them like that, and way worse than that. There's some bad ones I don't think I could even make it through. Maybe now I could, I don't know. But that's why you go out there with the second person and some yank ropes, chains, come-alongs, or winches. Oh yeah, I got a brand new 12,000 pound winch that will be going on the front of this right there. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount it, but it'll be on there with a remote and all that. You know, it's a pretty decent one. It's got 80 foot of rope on it, and it's got like that braided rope, and it's a 12,000, so a 6 ton it can handle. More than the weight of this vehicle, that's for sure. I'm probably gonna be around about 5,000, I'm guessing. Maybe 6,000 at the most. I don't know how heavy this is gonna be. I know the engine's 750 pounds by itself. Yeah, that I know. I did some research on that just to see how heavy that thing was, because it was like, I don't know, my tractor was having a real hard time trying to lift it off the ground. Could barely get it an inch up in order to move it around on the pallets. And that's with the forks on too, so it's extended out a little further. And oh yeah, I was doing the research. My brain, yeah. Anyways, and I looked on there, fully dressed 460 with that's all stock. It's 750 pounds. Man, that's heavy. But anyways, all right, I'll let y'all go for now. Enjoy. Hello, y'all. All right, I just made that update video, but since then, I've got a few of those things done that I talked about I still needed to get done. One is the emergency brake. Let me go over back on, sorry, this side of the car. And I'll flip it around to show you it's out of the way. And I've also redid my clutch pedal. I mean, it looks like it's a little bit high, but when you're inside and you're shifting, it feels fine. So I sat up in there and shifted, and because it is up a little higher, quite a bit higher than what the brake pedal is now, instead of being even with it. But it doesn't hit the floor anymore, and it goes all the way in. So now at least I ain't got to worry about not being able to push the clutch in all the way. Okay, oh, headlights. Boom, boom. Yeah, I got to turn those on real quick at the switch and take you out here and show you I got headlights. Boom, boom, kaboom, and boom. Yeah, the glass is missing on that one, I need to replace it, but yeah, parking lights, yeah. Okay, let's see. The radiator fan, and okay. To get up here, I got like 3 or 4 things up here to show you a few of them. Give me a second. Yeah, I gotta stop doing that. All right, let's flip this around. I got an overflow put in here and ran right up here. And I got heater hoses hooked up. And I got a fuel pressure gauge hooked up. This phone does not like to focus when it's up close for some reason. Huh. And let's see. Oh yeah, the radiator fan's all hooked up, so when I turn the ignition on, the fan automatically comes on. I hooked it straight to an ignition wire, so it runs all the time when the key's on, so I ain't got to worry about it kicking on and off. Yeah, heater hoses, throttle, bracket, throttle works all good. I think you already knew that. I got antifreeze inside the entire engine now, and that's all good. Let me get it down here and turn these headlights off before I kill my battery. Oh. Alright, let's see what else is on my list. Oh, the rear body braces, that's another update. I haven't bolted them yet, but I got them all tacked in there, and I welded these on both sides, the back side and the front side all the way around. And I got my brackets on top and bottom, and my bar all the way down on both sides, exactly the same. There, you can see it. All right, so I think, sorry about that. All right, I think I got it all now. So the emergency brake, the manifold, oh, the manifolds, I didn't talk about that yet. I am not going to use my manifolds that I had set aside for this. You see my ones that I make myself, I put flanges on, welded them on there and bolted them up. I ordered a set of chromey huggy headers that I think will fit, I think. So, and I am really hoping that they do, because they look nice and it'll make my life so much easier than trying to build the entire exhaust right out of the heads. Those won't go to waste, I'm sure. So, just that, yeah, I spent a lot of money, I know, making those, or buying that stuff and putting it on there, but I'm gonna take it off now and try the huggy headers. They're supposed to be in by the end of next week, coming from Texas to Nevada. So, and I don't know if I showed you guys, I bought a pipe bender, a good old Harbor Freight one, 12 ton. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm going to be. And so I'm not sure exactly how I'm running my exhaust yet. Not until I see if the headers are gonna work or not. So I'm hoping they'll fit between the head and the frame. I really am hoping, man, that'll make my life so much easier if it does. It's supposed to be some decent huggy headers with good high flow, they say. So we'll see. Oh, I ported a set of heads today too. I did much better job on these heads than I did on my own heads. I kind of wish I would have had more practice porting before I did my own heads, but it is what it is. My heads are still done good. They look rough and they're not all smooth and stuff and look pretty, you know, but no one's going to be seeing the insides of them anyways. But the rough edges, it kind of cuts down on your airflow. So I didn't, and there's another set of 460 heads I did today too. And those came out really good. I mean, they're smooth and everything. I wish I had knew what I was doing more. So yeah, just a suggestion, if you're ever gonna port heads for the first time, that you get a set of practice heads of the same type. Pick up a set out of a junkyard or something and just practice with them until you get it right. And find out, you know, you can find out how deep you can go, how much meat you can remove off without putting a hole in a jacket or something. Because I know I could have went further. I've seen videos where people went further than what I did. But I did make a lot of clearance, took out a lot of meat. And I mean, they look really good. I just wish that, you know, compared to mine, that I would have waited and got myself a set of practice headers. It would have made my life a little bit easier. All right, I'm gonna head in, edit these videos, and try and get some up for y'all.